Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Dueling Destination, and hey, I have a new Pokemon product that I wanted to share with y'all today. This is an older product. I've been looking for this one in particular just because of the Palkia cards that it has on here. It does go good with the deck that I'm building. Again, a water deck. I have actually the cards in here are the only ones missing, but I decided to make a video about this just to show you guys another different experience. For me, this deck is kind of like a structure deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you compare it that way, but instead of having to buy like 3 different structure decks and trying to get the cards needed, a structure deck basically in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just brings you an archetype style like Palkia, for example, play style, but it doesn't really bring some of the staples that you need. This League battle deck actually brings cards that you can use in the deck and multiple copies. So I wanted to show you guys, this is the older one. I know there's a new one, Miraidon, that came out a few weeks ago, and that seems to be really cool, but I'm not playing that style of deck. So I'm not playing the style of Pokemon deck. So I wanted to share with you guys something I'm actually going to use. And if you can see here, this is how the box looks at the back. And what I like about Pokemon, it does show you what it brings. The promo cards, these are like the holo cards. Greninja is a good card in format. This can be used in almost every deck, so it's pretty cool that this brings that on here. It's not as expensive, but what really caught my attention was this also brings its damage counters and also dice that you can use, because you do use that. As you guys can see, I have some Funko Pops at the back, some Pokemon McDonald's sets on here, and I still have my Blue Eyes mat. I don't have a Pokemon mat yet, but hoping to get one. But yeah, let's get into this opening. And remember guys, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Tell me what y'all think about this Pokemon adventure I'm on right now. Remember, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player still, so I try to play Yu-Gi-Oh and keep up with it. At this time, there is a YCS happening right now, along with a Pokemon regional, so I'm kind of streaming both and watching both. But yeah, this is cool. It does bring some let me open this guy. Some little tokens that you can use for damages, and I haven't had the opportunity to use this yet, but I've seen people use like some white ones to show effects. But the packaging is amazing. Again, I'm comparing this to buying a structure deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this kind of brings everything I need. Now, what I've been liking about this is, go ahead opening it here. The packaging is always protecting the cards. This is gonna be the deck itself, which is cool. It brings you a little deck box. Of course, you cannot use it. Okay, this is different. Oh right, this is like a V-Star pin or something, a magnetic pin, which is cool. I didn't expect that here. They have some code stuff here. I'm using that later. Let me put this away. We have some dies on here, which I like a lot, because I was trying to figure out how do you keep track of the counters and your lives on here. But you guys can see, you can, the color is pretty cool, so I like this. You can, it's for each one of your Pokemon. Of course, you can combine them to know how much damage you've taken, and this is something that really prepares you to play the game early on, so I like that. I'm gonna keep this here. So I really like this because it, as a structure deck, it feels like a starter deck too, that it's really good in preparing people to play the game. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys this, that it actually brings a level here. I've seen some level 1. This is from a level 3, so it's a bit more advanced, which is pretty cool. I mean, it shows you how advanced the cards are, and well, the style and the deck. But honestly, with Pokemon, it's not the hardest game to learn. The guides are pretty cool there. And let me show you guys this here. So I am using this in the water deck that I'm using, and you can see I just like how it looks. And the Greninja, of course I already have one, and I like this that it says you can only use one in the deck. So Again, if I'm building multiple decks, this is pretty cool, so I might keep that one for multiple decks. Another one, and I also have 3 of these guys, so I'm actually just using 2 and 2 at the moment. So these guys can go in different decks or just as trade bait in my binder. So I'm gonna be building a Pokemon trade binder too. Let me know what you guys think. What are some advice you would give for building a trade binder with Pokemon? I know a lot of these cards are easier to get than Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but hey, what do Pokemon players expect to see in a trade binder? That's kind of what I'm gonna go for. So let me organize this here. So now this is the actual deck. Now we saw the deck list at the back, just a peek, but I actually want to take the time to look at this. Now this is a playable deck in most cases, so you can actually buy this and just sleeve it up and play with your friends. Now this is just a staple card generally in a lot of decks right now, so I'm gonna put this on the side. This one too, actually. This is more for water. You have energies, boss's order. I didn't see the value in this until it was used against me, and this is pretty cool that I can switch one of my opponent's bench Pokemon to his active Pokemon, so it lets me control which Pokemon I want to just knock out. And a lot of times this is a staple in a lot of decks, so you can basically just buy this and you have a great foundation. Battle VIPs, these are great in every deck. These are specifically for water decks here, but I'll put these guys here. Those are really cool. Again, this is just a great card to have. Now it is kind of out of order. The new Miraidon one is more in order, I believe. So again, you can use this in a water deck, specifically Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball is just good to have it in multiple decks, especially since you have a lot of bench Pokemon. This is again a staple, so I'm gonna try to put the staples on the side, more on which I think are great, that you can use in almost every deck. Ultra Ball, this can be used in many decks, and this gives me the ability to build multiple decks very cheap. And on the price on this, it is basically the same as buying 3 Yu-Gi-Oh structure decks before the increase happened, but I actually got this for half the price at Target. They did a price match, so that's why it encouraged me to even buy more. Pokemon always has a lot of sales going on, so that's pretty cool. See, again, these are just basic staple cards, water cards here. You get double of this guy, so of course you can use multiple copies. I use 4 of this in my water deck, so that's cool. Might be using this more. Another Ultra Ball, Battle VIP Pass. Again, you need 4 of these guys almost in every deck. See, this is just crazy. I can just use this guy to evolve him and just be drawing cards. The switch is still great, and it brings everything for you, so you can actually build a deck. This card is actually used in multiple decks, not just in a water deck, just because of the ability that it protects the bench. So, a staple card. Alright, and what we have here, another water card. Of course, you can just take this deck and you're kind of ready to go and playing it. Battle VIP, and let's see. Okay, nice. Another Heavy Ball. 2 Heavy Balls are always great to have there. 3 boxes orders are great. Ultra Ball, another one. Okay. Water. Alright, perfect. So, in my opinion here, the cards that I just got here, I'm gonna use for those Greninja's a staple card. And if I was not building a water deck, just I wanted generic cards which are powerful, this structure deck here already brought these cards that can basically be used in almost every deck. So with the water deck itself, I'm gonna just stick to the energies because energies are super easy to get. And here we go. I wanted to show you guys this as an example that with Pokemon, they provide you energies to actually start playing the deck here. So you're not missing a lot. You really are not. And then with the water deck here, of course you need 4 of this one. So basically you don't have to be buying multiple structure decks. You just buy this set here. Of course it does kind of match multiple structure decks, but it gives you the ability to already have the cards that you need. whenever you need them to build a deck. Now, would I take this to a Pokemon tournament right out the box? This is a older structure that we have here, so I would not. I would probably just take the Mew right off the box, or even take the Miraidon out of the box, and I can use that. That's very competitive at that time. This one is a bit older, like I said, but the staples cards are amazing. It's level 3, so it can teach you a lot more a bit faster if you like to do a lot of combos. But yeah, I would definitely debate about thinking that compared to our Yu-Gi-Oh structure, that this really does give me a lot more cards that are usable. Some stuff that I can see using in every deck, some that specialize in the water deck, and some cards just to have that might work in different decks. So I don't feel like I'm buying a structure deck and just taking 6 cards out and just having everything else just in bulk. These cards are not going to be bulk like max. These guys might, but they still might find a good reason. And I don't have a lot of Pokemon bulk, and that's what I like about Pokemon so far. All the packs that I buy, all the cards that I buy, everything's been pretty cool. I do have my deck here sleeved up. I know it's clear sleeves, I should probably get different sleeves, but this is all I had at home. So this half of the deck anyway. So I'm actually going to build a deck right now that I have this, and I'm going to record the deck profile and see what the feedback is on there, and so what you guys think about it. But hey, remember, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I wanted to share this experience with you and my thoughts about it. So yeah, if you're getting into Pokemon from Yu-Gi-Oh, this is a good way to start. See you guys next time.